The foundational skill of the day today is don't argue with people. There's a phrase that I first heard when I just got into car sales. I was 19 years old, and I had this couple that came in and they looked at the car with me. We drove the car, they loved the car, and they didn't buy the car. And they said they were going to be back the next day. Well, they didn't come back the next day. Big surprise. They in fact came back a few weeks later and bought the car from somebody else. And when I went up to the guy and asked him, hey, those are my people, how come they bought the truck from you? And he said, oh, they didn't like you. And I was like, what? What do you mean they didn't like me? I'm a nice guy. I'm a real lovable guy. I was really nice to those people. I did everything they wanted me to do. I took them on the test drive. I showed them all the features. I answered all their questions. I did everything. I didn't pressure them. Why didn't they like me? He goes, I don't know, man. They just didn't like you. I was like, but they told me they liked me. They told me they were going to come back the next day. And he said, look, man, I'm going to tell you this. Buyers are liars. That's what he told me. And so then that kind of hardened my sales shell a little bit. I was like, oh, okay. Buyers are liars. Everything they say is a lie. I get it. Okay. The fact that these people came and bought from him, when in all reality, they probably just didn't like me. And that's fine, right? But why would they lie to me? Well, because I'm a salesperson. So why do people lie to salespeople? Because we make them lie to us. Nobody wants to get into an altercation. Nobody wants to get into an argument. But you see, salespeople, that's all we want to do. When someone tells us they have to think about it, or they have another objection, or they have to talk to somebody else, instead of guiding them and showing them why it's okay to make this decision, we brute force them. We try to come up with some way to trick them or manipulate them, or tell them they have to do it, or that it's going to be gone tomorrow if they don't come back, or any other way of blatant, obvious manipulation that only works with someone with an IQ below 80. And because it worked that one time, we get attached to it and think it's going to work every time, and don't take any type of feedback when it doesn't work anymore. All right, guys, manipulating and arguing with people does not work, and that's why they lie to you. They lie to you so that you won't argue with them. So what do you do instead? Well, first, you have to make sure you're dealing with a qualified prospect who can afford what you're selling and who wants what you're selling and will benefit from having what you're selling. If they don't qualify in those areas, then it doesn't matter what they say, it doesn't matter what you say, you should not be selling to them. You should just let them go. If someone gives you an objection or a stall, the best thing that you can do is agree with them. Okay? Nobody wants to buy from somebody who's disagreeable. Do you? Do you want to deal with somebody who argues with you and tells you that you're wrong? Fuck no! Why would you want to buy from that person? Why would you want to knowingly give that person any type of commission? Even if they don't make commission, why would you even want to add to their numbers? You wouldn't. And your customers don't want to either if you argue with them. Let me ask you a question. When was the last time you got into an argument and at the end of the argument, the person said, you know what? You know what? You're absolutely right. Thank you for shoving that information right down my throat. I appreciate that so much. Never happened. But if you guide someone, if you ask them questions and help them increase their understanding and help them build a ladder to join you on your same page, that person will eventually tell you, hey, you know, I had that all wrong. I'm glad you helped me figure this out. And how are salespeople rewarded for helping people figure things out? With commission. That's how you turn someone around who's getting ready to leave. You find out if it's real, you find out if it's something that you can solve, and if it is, you show them how easy it is to solve it, and you let your customer participate in the process. Never argue with someone. Even if what they're saying is absolutely crazy, find out why they see it that way. There's a famous quote that says, you can't fix a broken system until you know why it's broken. And so if your customer has a limiting belief or a broken belief system, you're not able to fix it until you know why it's broken. And if you go trying to shove solutions down their throat, which would in turn convince them that they're wrong and you are right, all they're going to do is dig their heels in and resist you all the way. And then when you wonder why they don't come back, you will have your answer in how you dealt with their objection. Do not argue with people. Ask questions, gain a better understanding, and offer to show them how they can solve the problem. So this has been Foundation Friday. If you found this video useful, if you're going to use this in your day, then give me a like, share, comment, whatever, and head on over to my Facebook profile. Click the link to join the Sales Espionage group, and you can get more content like this, more free sales training just like this. All right, guys. I look forward to seeing you on Monday. I hope you have a great weekend. And this has been